Hi there again, this is Jeff with Sound and Light Technicians. You saw my last video, which is probably a little scratch on how to actually set up and put in, get music going through a channel. So what I'm going to go over right now, if I can find my insert cable. Here's one. Okay, I'm going to go over an insert cable. Okay, an insert cable on one end has this fancy little doodad. It's basically a stereo mono or a stereo 1/4 inch cable, and you follow this all the way to the other end, and on the other end we've got two monos. So what this does, this one here says tip, and this actually sends this signal over to this one. This one says ring, and that sends the ring over to here, and then both of them share the same ground. Now, this is the cable that you're going to want to use when you do inserts if you're inserting compressors and things. So I so happen to have a compressor right here. So I will turn this around so you can see it. And right over here, if you look on the back of the compressor, you will see input 1, output 1. Okay, and this will actually give you a thing. This will say tip, ring. Gives you an idea here what you're looking at. Some of them actually tell you. So the tip goes in number 1, and the ring goes to your output. Okay? Alright, now you just plugged in the other end of this cable into the back of your compressor. Now this is very simple. Let me turn this around for you. Okay. Compressor on channel number 1 is not doing anything. So I come over here and I look over here to where it says insert. Okay, now I'm going to press it down. Now watch the compressor. Boom. Okay, now I want to do that one more time because it won't change anything. Okay, the music's going. Alright, now the music's going. I'm going to insert it. Alright, now the music's going. That's good to know because when you are doing a live situation, you can actually insert the video without having, or insert the audio without having to stop and tell the band to stop singing and everything else. So if you have a really loud singer or something, you can just pop it right in. Now, I'm going to turn this down a little bit so you don't really have this music. Now, what you got going on here is you've got your, on this particular insert, you've got your threshold. I set the output to 0. I turn the threshold way up. And basically what you can do is you can say, okay, I want to turn this threshold up. And let's say you set your ratio to 4. Okay? 1 to 1 is no cut at all, no matter what. No, it's not going to cut anything. Okay. But you turn it up to like 4 to 1, as you start increasing your compression, your threshold, it will actually start reducing now 3 decibels on this at a ratio of 4 to 1. So this can go up 4, and this will cut at 1. That goes up 4 decibels, this will cut at another 1. So I can actually simulate that by turning up the gain. All of a sudden you get a really loud signal. Next thing you know, it's compressing a lot. You don't want to really use a compressor too much because it will mute your signal. Alright, now let me turn this back down a little bit. So you can come over here and you can turn your threshold up a little bit so you're getting a 3 dB cut. That can work okay, but you'd really prefer to just barely be getting a little flash. That way, if all of a sudden there's a spike in the music that all of a sudden gets loud, it clamps it. Now, I will do the same move without having the compressor. Okay, turn the compressor back on. Oops. Turn the compressor back up. Do the same move. The volume doesn't go up, and it saves your speakers and saves your system, and people don't get blasted. Okay, so that's basically how to do an insert with a compressor. I'll go over just a little bit more on the compressor here in just a second.